Yo, what is up guys, it's Campy here, bringing you a Halo 5 beta tip video on the uses of thrust. The reason I'm making this video is because thrusting is something that not a lot of people are used to having in Halo, and for me personally, when I got to play the early access beta for a few days, it took me a good amount of time of playing before I realized how important thrusting is. So hopefully this video can show you some scenarios and when to use thrust that maybe you wouldn't have thought of right away when playing. So right off the bat, there's some fairly obvious uses of thrust, right? For example, like dodging grenades, or simply just to get away from a bad situation. But here are a bunch more scenarios on when to use thrust that could really help you out in the game. Alright, first let's talk about using thrust in the middle of a gunfight. Here I'm using the DMR, I get a nice little double kill here. This guy's shooting me, gets the first few shots. I end up getting a nice thrust in there, threw him off, able to get the kill. Here's another similar situation. I have the BR, I'm going up against someone with an assault rifle. I sense that I'm down shots here, so I thrust back and I'm able to clean him up with that last shot. I was also finding thrust helpful to get right in people's face and kind of confuse them and kind of throw them off guard a little bit. You can also use it to get out of their face, kind of like a BXR type thing, almost, not really, but just to kind of thrust away after you get the beat down. Right here, this guy's trying to be sneaky. I don't see him at first. He gets me down to no shields. I'm able to thrust, throw off his aim completely, confuse him, and get the kill. Thrusting is also very useful if you're going around a corner where you know an enemy is. Here, I see this guy on my radar. I'm able to thrust away from him, confuse him. He was probably going for the beatdown, and then I end up getting an easy kill on him. Now, if you ever pick up the sword, or Prophet's Bane as it's called in Halo 5, you're going to want to combine thrusting with the sword launch, and here's why. So yeah, very effective. And on the flip side of that, if someone has the sword and they're coming at you, thrusting is a great way to avoid getting killed. Alright, next let's talk about using thrust to get around the map. Specifically on the map Truth, there's a ton of spots where you can use thrust to get to top mid, for example, or go from top mid into a window. You can use it to go right from the base to top mid using a little climb feature there. And then little variations of that to get to top mid. There are also some spots on the map Empire where you can use thrust to get from one platform to another. But on the map Truth, there's just a lot more ways you can use thrust to get around the map. This here is a strat I like to use at the beginning of the game on Truth if I notice that someone else is going for the sword at the beginning of the game. You can thrust right on those shields there and then have a little bit extra cover. And without a doubt, the most fun way to use thrust in Halo 5 is to use it to ninja people. The best tip I can really give you guys who are trying to do some ninja moves is to really use your radar. Wait till you see those red dots come around the corner and time it out, make your move, and bam! Definitely one of the most fun things to do in Halo 5. So I hope a lot of you guys found some of those tips useful, and I hope to see a lot of you guys in the beta. Halo 5 beta is out between December 29th and January 18th. So I hope a lot of you guys do play the beta and take the time to give 343 some constructive criticism on the game. If you want to see any more Halo 5 content from me, I have a nice little 15 kill streak with the overkill on the left there. And the video on the right is a little montage of sniping clips I got during the early access period.